Hello and welcome to another AIC video. I did a live stream a while back about shopping for a new computer and how to kind of shop for one. Not super happy with that live stream, how it turned out, but it is what it is. I made a bunch of offers on a bunch of different systems, none of which I ended up getting. But I came across this and we're opening it for the first time. Just showed up a few hours ago in the mail. And so I wanted to open up on camera, see what we got. Now, the reason why I wasn't super happy with that is my budget was lower than I really wanted it to be. But also, there just didn't seem like there was a lot of great options at the time. So, searching again more recently, sorry, I hit the camera with the box. Searching again more recently, I came across just some better options, I feel like. And I kind of wish I had recorded that process because I didn't think to do it because I didn't get very good results the last time. So, but I wanted a gaming laptop. Because I want to install a bunch of games for my kids to play that's better than what their computers can do. Ooh. And this was an okay deal. I'm not loving this right here. I'll have to look and see if the eBay pictures showed that. Missing another screw on this side. This is an MSI laptop. Let's see, does it say what it is? A G66 Stealth. I believe it has a 10th gen core i7, so a 10th gen core i7 processor. It's a 15-inch screen. Has a center keyboard. Trying to remember what the graphics card is. Can't remember off the top of my head. All right, so the power key's here. At least it's not above the backspace key. Is there any juice in this? Said the battery held power. It's not doing anything. Whenever you buy something online, especially from eBay, always verify that it's what it says it is. A number of times I've gotten something where they have taken RAM out or the storage drive or something before shipping it. It's really kind of high. This trackpad's kind of funny. It's kind of centered to the laptop. The keyboard, because of this row here, is off-center just a little bit. So when you're typing, your whole hand is going to be on that trackpad. I booted in BIOS. Let's take a look. System information. So we have a Core i7 10750H. We have 16 gigs of DDR4 memory. We have a 512 gig SSD. All right, save and exit. Let's see if it boots to OS, and then I'll grab my screwdriver, we'll open her up and take a look on the inside. So it looks like it might have a fresh install of Windows 11, which we're going to reinstall. I never use the operating system of a laptop I bought. I always do a clean install of the OS. I never know what the other person has installed or not installed. And I don't like having my account on all these different laptops, my Microsoft account. So I do a fresh install, but we'll give it just a moment to boot up here. Ooh, that wasn't pretty. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and shut this down And let me grab a screwdriver and we'll be right back. All right, got my screwdriver. It's bigger. What is that? Just a second. So that's going to be a problem. That screw's stripped out. I've unplugged it and the charging light is still on. So we're going to be right back. I'm going to carefully try to get that screw out and then maybe disable the battery. We'll be right back. All right, so that took a bit of configuring, but got the screws out. So there are 3 sizes of screws in this, which does not make me very happy. We have this small one, which goes here in the front. Now this front right one just had one of these long screws in it, but this front left one had a much shorter screw in it. So I'm kind of worried that somebody put the wrong screw in this hole, or this is the wrong screw for that hole. And then we just had 2 more screws here, and this one was missing. So let's see if we can get this base plate off. I'm just using my fingernail along the back edge. It's usually the easiest place to start. That way you can see. I'm just start along this back edge and just trying to work my way around. Okay. And that was not too bad. So taking a look on the inside, we have a 99 watt-hour battery. So pretty decent sized battery. We have Wi-Fi that is upgradable. The USB slot is just soldered. The power on this side is also soldered to the system board. We have pretty complicated cooling fans and heat pipes. So there's 1, 2, 3, but there's a little one here, 4, 5, and I guess technically, I don't know. This one, it hits both on the back. This one vents this way and this way. These ones vent this way and kind of this way with 3 fans. So pretty intricate system. But one thing we are going to be doing is removing that, and I bet that thermal paste is going to be pretty perished. And at least I hope it uses thermal paste and not liquid metal. So let's go ahead. We'll take this off and see what we're dealing with. All right, so a lot of screws to get off. We had 2 screws on the big fans here. We had 1 screw on this one fan here. And then we had 5 other screws for the heat sinks themselves to hold it in place. The thermal paste actually wasn't too bad. I'm guessing this is somebody who had repasted it more recently, but you can tell in like the center it's starting to dry out a bit. The big question I have is for all this pink goop. It's kind of funny. They even have it on some of the pads where there is no memory for the GPU. So I'm going to clean up the thermal paste, and I have some thermal pads that I'm thinking I'm going to use instead of the goop. I think that might be original to the system. But if I got some really thin of the thermal pads, put it on there, that might be a better option than whatever that thermal goop is. Because like, it doesn't even look like it's hardly touching some of the components at all. And then in other places it's just sitting on the system board. kind of weird. So yeah, that will take some time to clean up. The other thing is we saw it had 2 DIMMs of 8 gigabytes of RAM. I have a feeling that these might be original to the system. Especially if they match. They are 3200. Now I have a bunch of RAM floating around. These aren't quite as fast, but I have 16 gigs, 266, 1919, 1943 matches for both of them. So I might use this as a RAM upgrade on this system. So I have these other two, but I don't know what they don't match. They have different speeds. One's 32, one's 2400. Yeah, this is 3200A and this is 2400T. So anyways, we're gonna be back after I've spent time cleaning all this mess up. It's going to take me a while to clean it all up and then come back with the thermal pads. So that's what we're going to do. We will be back. All right, so we have the CPU repasted. We did install a fresh copy of Windows 11 on here. I didn't put in the case screws on the bottom because they are so stripped. I had a hard time getting a couple of them out, so I'm going to see if I can find replacements because I don't want to screw this in. And you saw the damage on the bottom of the case, that was pretty beat up. So I didn't want to try screwing them in and not be able to get them out again if I wanted to. I'm currently in the process of installing some games, copying some games over to it. That's going to take a hot minute, so I'm going to end the video here. Probably what I'm going to do is do a review of this, but I'm also going to compare it to my Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5. I spent about the same amount of money on both of these laptops. Honestly, I was looking at it and I didn't realize at first, but yeah, I spent about the same amount of money. So I thought it might be a good comparison. This has an older dedicated graphics card. This has a much newer integrated graphics card. There's about 4-ish years between these two laptops when they were initially sold. So it might be a good comparison to kind of see, you know, how far computers have come and if it's worth investing in an older gaming laptop. So if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, or something you'd like to see in a full review, definitely let me know. That way I can put that together for you and give you as good a review as I can do. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.